dream it all. Listen close and join my song. Gentle stories all night long. Snuggle in and rest your head. Magic dreams will now be spread. Close your eyes so calm and bright. Now begins our dream. Now begins our dream tonight.
Lulu and the House Beneath the Waves. The night was calm, and the air smelled of salt and moonlight. Lulu stood at the edge of the ocean, her hooves sinking gently into cool, wet sand. The tide breathed in and out, a slow rhythm like the heartbeat of the world. Above her, the moon hung low, round and silver, painting a glowing path across the water's surface. It was quiet but not silent. Beneath the hush of the waves, Lulu heard something. A hum, soft and low, like someone singing far, far away. She leaned forward, ears twitching. The sound drifted up through the water, full of sorrow and longing. It wasn't just a song, it was a memory. The sea is singing, she whispered. The wind brushed past her wool as if agreeing. The melody deepened, and when the next wave rolled in, something strange happened. The foam glowed faintly blue, and for a heartbeat, Lulu thought she saw light shimmering deep below, like the reflection of a house asleep under glass. She blinked. Is someone down there? A voice answered, not from the shore, but from the water itself, soft, tired, echoing. Not someone, something. The ocean rippled. From beneath the surface, a shape began to rise, long, graceful, made of moving water and light. A dragon, transparent as moonlit glass, its scales glimmering like liquid crystal. Its eyes were pale green, calm but sad. Lulu stepped back, though her heart was full of wonder. Who are you? The dragon bowed his long, elegant head. I am Nereal, keeper of the drowned melodies. I guard the house beneath the waves, though once it sang on its own. Lulu tilted her head. A house under the sea? Nereal nodded slowly. Yes, it was built from sound, from every song ever whispered by wind and tide. But now, its walls are silent, and its windows dark. The sea no longer remembers its music. Lulu's gaze softened. Why not? The dragon's voice deepened, almost like thunder turned gentle. Because the silence grew heavy, I tried to keep it singing, but I am made of water, and even light sinks when it forgets how to move. Before Lulu could speak, something small and bright scuttled between her hooves. She looked down to see a tiny crab, its shell gleaming like amber under the moonlight. It carried a fragment of shell on its back that hummed faintly when the waves touched it. The crab looked up at her and clicked cheerfully. You found him. Finally, someone who listens. Lulu smiled. Who are you? I'm Cora, said the crab proudly. Collector of lost things. Songs, shells, sighs, even bubbles that forget how to rise. Neriel gave a patient, fond sigh. And my only companion. Cora waved her claw. Someone has to keep your stories tidy. Then she looked at Lulu, her voice softening. You can really hear the sea, can't you? Lulu nodded. It's beautiful, but sad. Cora's eyes dimmed a little. That's because the heart of the ocean, the house beneath the waves, has fallen asleep. If it doesn't wake soon, all songs will sink. Lulu looked out at the glowing water, her reflection rippling in blue light. Then I'll help you wake it. Neriel blinked, surprised. You would dive into the quiet? Lulu nodded without hesitation. If the sea forgot how to sing, then maybe it just needs someone to listen again. Cora clapped her claws together, delighted. Oh, I like her already. Neriel lowered his long neck until his eyes were level with hers. Then climb on, little dreamer. The ocean's heart waits below. The dragon's back shimmered like glass. Lulu stepped carefully onto it, Cora climbing up to perch on her shoulder. And as Neriel glided into the glowing waves, the sea opened to meet them, a vast world of light, sound, and forgotten music waiting to be found. The ocean welcomed them in silence. As Neriel glided deeper beneath the surface, the world above faded, moonlight became silver mist, and sound melted into softness. Lulu's wolf floated around her like a cloud, glowing faintly in the dim blue light. At first, she was afraid. The sea was vast, endless, and filled with motion that whispered secrets too large for words. But Neriel's body shimmered beneath her, strong and steady, and Cora hummed quietly on her shoulder, a tune so small it sounded like courage itself. The sea feels alive, Lulu whispered. It is, Neriel replied, his voice echoing through the water like music made of glass. Every current remembers something, a voice, a dream, a promise, but too many of them are sleeping now. As they went deeper, faint glimmers appeared around them, glowing threads drifting through the dark. Each one shimmered with a soft sound, as if it carried a note that had escaped a song. Cora reached out a tiny claw to catch one. This one's laughter, she said proudly, from a sailor who once sang to the moon. Lulu smiled. It's beautiful. But as they descended further, the lights grew dimmer, the colors fading from blue to gray. The threads no longer sang, they just floated, still and pale. Neriel slowed, his translucent wings spreading wide as he hovered in the water. We're entering the silent depths, he murmured. The closer we get to the house, the quieter everything becomes. Lulu looked around. The water here was so calm it felt heavy, like a held breath. Even her heartbeat sounded far away. Then, through the stillness, she saw it, faint and distant. Far below them, a shape glowing with soft golden light. A house, resting on the ocean floor, its roof covered in coral and glass, its windows glowing faintly like tired eyes. The house beneath the waves, Neriel whispered. It's still standing. Lulu's heart fluttered with awe. It looks alive. It is, Cora said softly, but it's dreaming too deeply. As they approached, Lulu saw that the house was built of shimmering stone that pulsed faintly with light. Strange patterns ran along its walls, spirals, waves, circles, all glowing in rhythm, like a heartbeat almost forgotten. Neriel landed gently before the entrance, his body shimmering faintly with the effort. I cannot go inside, he said. The deeper chambers reject my kind. Water must stay outside the dream. Lulu looked at him, concern in her eyes. Then what should I do? The dragon lowered his head, his eyes gentle. The house will speak to you if you listen, but be careful, it may show you its memories. And once you hear them, you must answer, or they will drown in silence again. Cora crawled onto Lulu's head. Don't worry, I'll keep count of the echoes. Lulu took a deep breath. The water around her shimmered faintly with light as she stepped toward the glowing doorway. Then I'll listen. The moment she crossed the threshold, the world shifted. The sound of the ocean faded away, replaced by a low hum that came from everywhere and nowhere at once. Inside, the house glowed like liquid amber. Every wall moved faintly, as if breathing, and each ripple of light revealed scenes hidden beneath the surface, waves rolling backward, stars falling into the sea, laughter trapped in bubbles that never reached the air. Lulu whispered, "This is what silence dreams of." Cora perched on her ear. "Then let's wake it gently." And as she stepped deeper into the shimmering corridors of the house beneath the waves, the faint hum around her began to change, rising, softening, and slowly turning into a melody she almost recognized. The ocean was remembering its song. The deeper Lulu walked into the glowing corridors, the more alive the house seemed to become. The walls were made of flowing glass that shimmered with liquid light. Each surface reflected something different, an old memory, a sound, a flicker of life. When Lulu brushed against one, the glass rippled and revealed an image, a wave chasing the sky, a child laughing in shallow water, rain joining the sea in silver streaks. Each picture moved as if it remembered the moment it was born. Cora clicked her claws in wonder. They're all songs. Every room is humming a story. Lulu listened. The air wasn't silent anymore. Faint notes drifted through the halls, fragile and trembling, like seashells whispering secrets. But as they moved deeper, the light dimmed. The notes began to falter. A low moan rose from below, the sound of water heavy with sadness. Neriel's voice echoed faintly from outside the walls, distant but clear. "Be careful, little one." The house keeps what it loves. Don't lose your way in its dreaming. Lulu pressed forward. The path curved downward into a grand chamber filled with suspended bubbles, hundreds, thousands of them, each glowing faintly gold. They hung in the water like tiny suns, and inside each one was a scene frozen in time. She stepped closer to the largest bubble. Inside, she saw a great wave folding over itself, its crest glittering with light, and within that light, a faint reflection of a doorway. Cora gasped. That's the ocean's first song, the one that built this house. Lulu tilted her head. But why is it trapped? A voice answered from within the bubble, soft and distant. Because I forgot the surface. The water in the chamber trembled. The bubbles swayed gently. Lulu whispered, "Who are you?" "The heart of the sea," came the reply, "the song that once rose and fell with the tide. I built this house to hold my music, but I listened too long to the deep." Cora's claws trembled. If the heart forgets, all songs sink forever. Lulu stepped closer, her reflection glowing faintly on the bubble's surface. "Then remember through me. I'll listen to your song." The voice inside hesitated. "I am afraid. Every time I try to rise, the silence pulls me back." Lulu pressed her hoof gently to the bubble. "Then I'll rise with you. I've heard the silence before, and I know it can be kind when someone listens." The bubble quivered. The glow inside brightened, soft, cautious, hopeful. Then it pulsed once, and a wave of sound burst through the chamber. It wasn't loud, but it was immense, a melody like sunlight through deep water, full of warmth and sadness and love. The other bubbles joined in, their notes weaving around one another until the room shimmered with living harmony. Cora held onto Lulu's wool, eyes wide. "You're waking it." The water rippled, light blooming in every direction. The melodies rose upward, twisting into threads that swam toward the surface. Outside, Neriel lifted his head as beams of light broke through the dark sea around him. His eyes filled with awe. "She's done it. The ocean is singing again." Inside, Lulu smiled as the melody wrapped around her. "You remember," she whispered. The heart of the sea's voice came again, gentle as a tide. "Because you listened." The great bubble dissolved into light, flooding the chamber. The golden glow spread to every corner of the house, illuminating its halls until it no longer looked lonely, it looked alive. Cora laughed, spinning in the water. "It's awake, Lulu. The house is awake." The music deepened, turning into something vast and beautiful, a chorus of all the sea's forgotten voices returning to life. Lulu closed her eyes, letting the sound wash through her like sunlight on her wool. "Then let's bring it home." The golden light spread through the ocean like dawn blooming beneath the waves. Outside, Neriel watched in wonder as the dark sea brightened, ribbons of color curling through the water, weaving through coral, touching every silent shell and forgotten song. He lifted his long, translucent head. The tide is singing again, he murmured. From inside the house, Lulu's voice drifted outward, soft and steady. The melody she carried merged with the hum of the sea, rising and falling like a heartbeat that had finally remembered how to move. Cora twirled joyfully through the water, her amber shell glinting with light. It's working! Even the bubbles above the sand are glowing again. The chambers of the house were alive now, their glass walls rippled like living water, each room shimmering with motion. The soft humming of the heart of the sea filled every corner, blending with Lulu's song. When Lulu stepped outside, light followed her. It poured from the windows, from the doorways, from the very stones. She looked up to see Nerial waiting near the archway, his body shining brighter than before. "You did it," he said quietly, reverently. "You brought the current back to the heart." Lulu smiled, her wool glimmering in the soft golden glow. "I didn't do it alone. The sea just needed to be heard." The dragon bowed his head. It was lonely for a very long time. The ocean around them shimmered with life. Shoals of silver fish darted through the light, and kelp swayed gently in rhythm with the returning tide. From above, faint streaks of moonlight pierced the surface, falling like blessings onto the waves. Cora floated up beside Lulu, clicking happily. "It's breathing again. The sea's heartbeat is back." Lulu turned to the dragon. "Now that the song is awake, will it keep singing?" Nerial's expression softened. "Yes, the ocean remembers now. Every tide that rises will carry its music. Every wave will echo your voice." Lulu looked around, her heart swelling with quiet joy. Then it's home again. For a moment, everything was still, not the stillness of silence, but the stillness of peace. The water shimmered like glass, reflecting the soft glow of the house. Then the sea began to move faster, stronger, a great, gentle pulse that rippled outward across the world. The current stirred, sending waves upward toward the surface. Nerial turned his gaze upward. The song is rising. Cora clapped her claws. The whole sea will hear it now. Lulu watched in awe as trails of light spiraled upward through the dark, each one carrying a piece of the melody toward the stars. The ocean itself was singing, not with words, but with pure sound, full of warmth and memory and joy. The dragon's eyes glowed faintly. "Do you feel that, little one?" Lulu nodded. "It feels like everything is breathing together." Nerial smiled. "That is the ocean's way of saying thank you." The melody continued to rise, reaching the surface. Far above, the moonlight began to dance, scattering in 1,000 ripples of gold and blue. The waves shimmered as if made of light, their edges glowing softly. Cora looked at Lulu, her voice quieter now. "Will you stay down here?" Lulu shook her head gently. No, I think the sea has its song now. It doesn't need me to hold it. Nereal's long tail curved around them protectively. Then I will take you home. But remember, wherever you walk, the sea will hum beneath your steps. As the dragon began to rise, carrying Lulu and Cora toward the glowing surface, the ocean shimmered around them like liquid sunlight. The melody followed them upward, growing softer, gentler, until it was only a whisper. And as Lulu broke through the surface beneath the silver moon, the song of the sea became one with the wind, eternal, endless, alive. The night air greeted Lulu like a familiar friend. The surface of the sea shimmered beneath the moon, glowing softly with the light that now pulsed from below. Every wave carried a golden rhythm, each crest lifting and falling to the same quiet melody, the song that had returned. Nereal rose beside her, his long, glass-like body catching the moonlight. For the first time, he didn't look transparent or fragile. He looked whole. The water that shaped him sparkled with life. "You've done what even the tides could not," he said gently. "You reminded the sea how to listen." Lulu floated near his neck, her wool glimmering with tiny reflections of starlight. "It remembered on its own," she said softly. "It just needed a friend to help it wake." Cora popped out of the water, riding a bubble that carried her upward like a small, proud boat. "And don't forget me," she squeaked. "I kept all the extra songs from floating away." Lulu laughed warmly. "Of course you did." The dragon turned his gaze to the horizon, where the first hints of dawn were beginning to bloom, soft pinks and pale blues stretching across the water. "When morning comes," he said, "the sea will begin its rhythm anew. The waves will carry this melody across the world." Lulu listened. The sound was everywhere, faint but constant, like a heartbeat. It wasn't just the ocean singing anymore. It was the whole world breathing in tune with it. "It's beautiful," she whispered. Nereal nodded. "The ocean will never forget this night, and neither will I." Cora climbed onto Lulu's back, her amber shell glowing in the rising light. "You'll come back and visit, right? Someone has to make sure Nereal doesn't drift off and turn into fog again." Lulu smiled. "I promise." The dragon lowered his head so that his eyes met hers. "Whenever you hear the sound of waves, remember that is the sea saying your name." Lulu's heart felt warm. "Then I'll listen closely." Nereal dipped his wings into the water, sending ripples of light stretching toward the shore. The glow spread far and wide until even the stars seemed to answer. Cora gave a tiny yawn, curling into Lulu's wool. "The ocean's singing a lullaby now," she murmured sleepily. "Perfect timing." Lulu looked out at the glowing horizon. The sea moved in gentle rhythm, endless and alive. Each wave reflected the pale colors of dawn, and the song beneath them rose and fell with the calm joy of something that had finally come home. As the first sunlight touched her face, Lulu whispered softly, "Sleep now, ocean. I'll keep your dreams safe." The wind carried her words across the water, and for a moment, the waves lifted just a little higher, as if bowing in gratitude. Then, with one last shimmer, the tide rolled out, humming quietly, peacefully. The house beneath the waves stood once more in light, its walls breathing gently, its song carried into the endless rhythm of the world. And in that rhythm, in the heart of every wave, in every whisper of sea foam, the name Lulu lived forever.
Now it's quiet, night is near. Drift away through stars so clear. Lulu whispers soft and bright. Sleep so well and good night. Sweetest dreams will softly flow. Lulu stays with you, you know, till we meet again, my dear. Let your dreams keep drawing near. Till we meet again, my dear. Let your dreams keep drawing